What's going on, you guys? We got to the channel. Your boy Big Dog back with a 7-movie binge, 7-movie rom-com binge, and I'm doing quick reviews for each and every one of them. I don't know how this is gonna go. Am I gonna be tired by the end of the video? You damn straight. It's 7 damn movies I done watched, okay? I've been on the list. I don't know what's been going on with me and rom-com lately. I know that I already like one of my favorite genres of movies right under superhero film. But I've been binge watching the hell out of some rom-coms lately. So these are 7 rom-coms that I've binge watched. And I'm going to review each and every one of them however I can, as quickly as I can. The first one, The Boy Downstairs, is a story of a girl who was dating a guy. They was in love. She had to leave for a job opportunity in London. She was gone for 3 years. It broke the guy's heart. She comes back. Just so happens to get an apartment. He lives in the exact same apartment complex. He has a new girlfriend. She still wants to be friends with this guy. He doesn't really want to be a part of that because she broke his heart, and he know being like going back down that rabbit hole is something that he's not ready to deal with again. Trust me, after someone breaks your heart the first time, you really don't want to deal with that person anymore because you don't want that pain ever again. But she just really wants to connect with him. But his girlfriend doesn't like her because she feels like, hey, this girl's trying to move in on my guy. I know they used to have something. I don't want to lose him to her because I know if that flame sparks back up, I don't stand a chance. Hey, and granted, a couple other different things going on. People are at different places in their life, and they do give a backstory and like show like how their relationship was formed, and it's good. I definitely enjoyed this. It was a sleeper for me. The performances for everybody was solid, and I enjoyed the ending. It just wasn't one of those. I expected this to happen. You know, it was kind of one of those, oh, that was a nice little turn you took there. I appreciate that. The Boy Downstairs is on Hulu now. You should check it out. Next up, Just Go With It, starring Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, he plays a guy who wears a wedding ring all the time in order to get chicks. Until he finds this chick that he actually likes, and he wants to tell her, like, hey, yeah, I'm still with my wife, but we getting a divorce. And the person who plays the woman who he's getting divorced to is Jennifer Aniston, who is not actually his wife at all. She's his assistant because he's a plastic surgeon. But they have to go on this trip together, in which she brings her kids, where Jennifer Aniston brings her kids, and they have to pretend like they're a family that is getting broken up. But all the while, he's starting to find out like the person that's actually for him has been in front of his face the entire time. Typical type thing. I actually, there's a part of me that wanted it to end a little different because I didn't want the cliche ending. I'm like, you can see this from a mile away. Granted, that's I think more or less because the actors, you know what I'm saying? I think they could have redid this with like different actors, and because you have Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler in the rom-com together, who don't think them two ain't gonna be the ones getting together by the end of this film? You know, so they kind of like takes the suspense away with the other girl played by. Give me a second. Come on, Brooklyn Decker. So yeah, I never really believed that her love for Adam Sandler like actually stood a chance, even though they actually really did both like each other. So I kind of feel bad for her. She kind of got the short end of the stick in this film. Next up, Dog Days is a movie about dogs and people, in which dogs connect people with other people. Yeah, that's pretty much the entire thing for this movie. If you like dogs and you enjoy people somewhat, and you think dogs can like bring people closer together, this movie's for you. Because this movie connected a lot of people. This movie connected Vanessa Hudgens with, I can't think of the guy's name, but listen, I wish I was him. He got Vanessa Hudgens out of this, okay? And there's other ones that like people who've been hurt, you know what I'm saying? So their dogs are hurt, and so other people who've been hurt and their dogs connect, and then they connect. And then they live I ain't gonna say happily ever after because let's just be honest, none of this stuff actually lasts past these movies. But hey, they connected and it was good. It was like dolls bringing families together. I enjoyed it quite a bit, man. This was a nice film. Kind of like all over the place at times to me, you know what I'm saying? Because there was so many storylines you had to follow. And like, I feel like he could have been like, he could have kind of cut maybe one or two of them, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it would have been better. But nonetheless, Dog Days was an enjoyment. Celeste and Jess for Elva, starring Andy Samberg and Rashida Jones. This is a couple who are getting divorced, yet their chemistry is great. They're great together. Neither, like one of them is more invested still and kind of like hoping for better. But once he realizes that it's not happening, he moves on. The other person wants them back and starts to second guess everything about it. And this is one of those situations that's very, very tricky. Because not only does the person who wanted to make the relationship work not only move on and find something like pretty quick, the person who kind of was ready for it to be over doesn't. And it's a very tricky and complicated situation. It's like, hey, can we still be friends? Or I'm going to like do something very, very different now. It's like, I think everybody's great, even though I must say this is probably one of my biggest gripes about it. The movie can start focusing solely on Rashida Jones' character, and I didn't know how Andy Samberg's character was doing for a while, and I'm just like, I was seeing pop in, and like I want on to see the stuff. Like, I think of course the film wants me to see, but at the same time I'm kind of wondering myself like, yeah, he looks good right now, but is he really? And then they give me one scene where like, oh, it's not all sunshine and feathers, but I was just kind of like, I kind of wish I would have seen what he was going through this whole time too, because this just one angle doesn't really work for me because, you know, I've been seeing him doing good so far, so it just doesn't work. And I think I like where this one went. I was not expecting what I got at all. It's kind of like a gut wrench at times. Like there's one speech in it where you just kind of like looking like nervous, and your anxiety it kind of raises your anxiety when you see it. But another good one. Listen, I watched some good rom-com this week, or I just don't really like grade things hard. Next up, Ruby Sparks, starring Zoe Kazan and Paul Dano. This is a story of a guy who writes a novel about a girl, and that character comes to life. But here's the thing. He controls everything. If he writes it, he controls it. He can write anything about her and she will basically do it, but she doesn't know she was a character written. Now, this is kind of like a fantasy rom-com because, hey, don't nobody just use a typewriter and create a character out of thin air, but that's exactly what he does. But he starts trying to change. When she starts wanting to do things on her own, he gets very possessive and controlling. And I think it's just like I guess you say a metaphor for like being in a controlling relationship. You have to let somebody be them, and hopefully them being who they are, they'll still love you in the process, not trying to change everything they do in order to fit what you want, because that doesn't work for anybody. And I think it's a genius concept, and by the end of it, this guy seems like a fucking villain at times. Like, there is one scene where I'm just like, oh my God, you went straight mustache twirled on this thing. Like, you like completely lost it. Nonetheless, still a damn entertaining and deep rom-com. It's a must-see. It's a must-see. Ruby Sparks caught me off guard. Can my phone turn? Okay, this pissed me off. Now, next up, Two Night Stand, starring Anna Lee Tipton as Megan and Miles Teller as Alec. Anna Lee is down on her luck. She's a college grad, not using her degree. Hi, that's me. She doesn't know where she's heading in life. There was the year previous to this film. I mean to where this film takes place. She was on top of the world. She was in college. She was engaged. Everything was great. And then kind of like hit a crash course. And so she just needed to get out. And her friend like kind of like slut or shamed her into like getting out and like having like some meaningless sex. And that's where she meets Miles Teller's character, who they then have sex, but there's a snowstorm comes, and they have to spend more time with each other than they previously planned, because they got in an argument, and then she was on her way out, but she couldn't leave because of the snowstorm, and then that just complicated things a lot more. And West State, just like you sit down with somebody, you really start like learning about them, but that's not something you expected to do with somebody you just plan on having a one night stand with. Okay, it's not rocket science. It's like it's not technically what I wanted to do, and you start thinking like, hey, maybe this can actually be something. Maybe there's more to this, and then the film does something that I didn't see coming, and kind of like crushes me. There's one thing about it that I don't like, and I just have to say it right now. I'm sorry. I don't know if we're gonna talk about this again. He sends her to jail. Yeah, that was probably the biggest L that this movie took. That I'm just like, now there's no way you can forgive somebody for sending you to jail. That's my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you'll send me, if you call the police on me and send me to jail, I feel like you'll kill me, so I can't deal with you. So that's the biggest issue, and it is just so glaring to me that I couldn't get over it. Everything up until that point was really good, though. I like the angles that they chose, and I like the conversation that they had between the two. Last but not least, well, it might be least on this list for me because I didn't love this film at all. Up in the Air, starring George Clooney, Anna Kendrick, and Farrah from Farmiga. I don't know. This is a story about a guy who spends most of his time traveling and firing people. Played by George Clooney. A person who kind of bring in a new system is Anna Kendrick. Where like, hey, people don't have to like travel to do their jobs anymore. Yeah, you're bringing in computers. You don't have to do all of that. You know, they cut down travel costs and everything like that. So he takes her on the road around and shows her why what he does is so important. All the while he's banging oh my God, what is her name? Vera's character. You know what I'm saying? They both live the exact same lifestyle. But things get a little bit more complicated because he doesn't want the wife. He doesn't want the kids. Neither one of them want that. Okay? But some things get exposed towards the end of this film that pretty much breaks your spirit. Now, I didn't love this because I thought it was a rom-com. It felt more like it wasn't necessarily funny ever. It was more like a drama type film. You know what I'm saying? But we'll say this: that twist in it catches you and hurts you. Oh yeah, it hurt quite a bit. Now Anna Kendrick's character, she plays a role, but it wasn't significant. Everybody's great in the film. I just thought she would play more like, I don't know. It kind of, I think it sold me on one thing. Oh, I like just like the thought of like calling this a rom-com sold me on one thing, and it's not your traditional rom-com at all. But at the same time, I kind of feel like it wasn't one at all either. You know, it's very, very weird, very strange. You guys seen it? Let me know what you thought about it. Now, just like all of these films, I'm ready to discuss whichever one you want to talk about. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. And yes, I know I wasn't able to cover everything that happened in every single one of these movies. It was 7 of them in one review, you guys. Okay, give me a break. All right, but the comment section is free. So dive down there and let's get to it. Hope you guys are staying safe out there. Thanks for watching the vid. I'll catch up with y'all later. I'm exhausted.